Make a date with Reverend Dr. Ebenezer Markwei at 6 a.m. from Monday to Saturday on Graphic Online via Facebook and YouTube as he expounds on matters of faith. Graphic Online, truth and accuracy every day.
Hello, I'd like to capture my thought this morning with the words, kill for tomorrow. Oh yeah. I mean, kill for tomorrow. I remember many years ago, a young man from another church, another pastorate, not in our organization, but in another organization, came to me and telling me stories about his pastor. And some of the things that his pastor had done and done against me. And he was telling me real serious stories about the way that pastor didn't like me, and the pastor was saying so many nasty things about me. I was pretty shocked though, because as far as I was concerned, I had a very good relationship with that pastor. And the things he was telling me was very, very, very serious. And and as he was telling me, I realized that I was getting angry. And angrier and angrier. Not at what the pastor had done or was supposed to have done, but I was getting angry with that young man of God, or that young man. There were things he was saying, and I was getting incensed by what he was saying. And when he finished, I just asked him a question. How come you are not afraid for the man who has taken you under his canopy, the one who has given you a platform, the one who has done this and that, and how come you're not afraid to come to me to say all those nasty things about him? What is the guarantee that one day you will not leave me and do the same? What is the guarantee? I don't want to take you in my organization. I don't want you to leave this place. I don't want to see you again. Now, you may say that was pretty harsh, but there's a story in the Bible. You remember the Amalekite who came to David and said, listen, long live the king, and may you live long, and all that. You see, your enemy, that I have killed your enemy, and I have removed him from the face of the earth. There's no more threat over your life. The sword of Damocles that hangs over your head is gone forever. And he was very joyful with it. And then David asked him a question. He said, how come you are not afraid to touch the anointed of the Lord? How come you are not afraid that this man that you're talking about, and this man that do you know that oil has been poured upon his head? How come you are not afraid to touch him? You are a foreigner, you are a barbarian to the purposes of God. You are a foreigner to the counsel of God concerning his life. How come you are not afraid to touch that anointing? And David said, by your own words. And the interesting thing is, the man didn't really kill Saul. It was Saul who killed himself. But he sought to milk the situation. And David said, fall upon him by his own word. Kill him. And so David killed that man. And he said, pounce on him and slash him up with the sword. And they did. And they took off his head with the sword. And make sure that they finished him. And you know the interesting story, the interesting picture that I get is, why would David do that? Someone who has come supposedly bringing you good news, and all of a sudden you pounce on the person and kill the person. You know what? If David had honored him and David had rewarded him, David was just showing others how to kill the king. One day to be done to him. If David did not rebuke, or if David did not deal with that treachery, David did not deal with that thing, it was going to happen to him. If David had not rebuked that person, and if David had not quickly addressed that situation. I remember many years in the early stages of our church, one lady just came and was rubbishing one of my associates. And when the way she was told, he had done this, he had done that, I called the associates and I said, you shouldn't be doing this and that and that and that. And I was trying to protest and says, listen, Pastor, I didn't do it. But I said, this lady is this thing, don't even do that again and all that. And I said, okay, just let's leave them, but make sure you don't repeat this again. Oh, a few years later down the road, the lady was saying, oh, Reverend Markwei is not really anointed. Reverend Markwei, you get it. And there was I saying that, I don't understand this lady. And she's saying those things about me. And then the pastor, my associate, chuckled and said, and I think that was a whole message in itself. The means, well, what goes round comes around. David had to deal with that Amalekite and said, you dare not touch the Lord's anointing. You dare not do that. Don't entertain people bringing you bad news. Sometimes you need to deal with it because in due time, they'll do it to you. What goes around comes around. The choice is yours. See you later.